Hello and happy Thursday. Welcome to my channel. My name is Ginger and I'm the Happy Turtle. And today we're going to tell a story and do a journal. So sit back and relax and enjoy. So when last I did this, I said I would try and start at the beginning. But my story isn't really terribly interesting story, but I'll talk about my mother's relatives. This is the last page I did. It's pretty cool. And my mother's relatives are originally from Italy. And a place called the Val d'Aosta. Now, back before the First World War, they decided to immigrate to Canada. And that's where they went. But I wanted to talk about one of my ancestors in specific. His name was Jacques Edouard Ferraris. And as you might have guessed, there is a whole lot of Ferraris in Italy. Anyway, he was a wood sculptor, quite well known at the time. Not famous enough to be in history books, but my parents did go back to that area and heard a story about him having a wealthy patroness at one point in time. And, well, there was an affair. And she apparently dropped the kid off at Jacques' doorstep with his wife there, and what did she say? I bring you this child, who is the daughter of Jacques. Well, you may not think that that would have gone over well, people in those days. But my ancestors were made of sterner stuff. So Caroline, Jacques' wife, said, all right, if she is Jacques' daughter, then we'll love her as our own. And I have always thought that's a beautiful story. Because it could have gone many different ways. I don't quite like how this top part turned out, so I'm going to fix it. But once you stick washi tape to this type of paper, it is not going to come off easily. So we should find something to fix that. More washi tape. Anyway, so that child was named Angel. Wound up somewhere in Argentina after living a good life. All because Jacques' wife decided not to be a jerk. You know, could have been a whole other things that happened to that child. So I always like to think that those are the people that came before me. And that's how I ended up being a good person. Because I had people like that in my background. But that's not to say you have to have good relations to be a good person. You can honestly just be a good person. You just have to want it. That's kind of what I don't understand about a lot of things in the world. It takes so much energy to hate. And why do you want to? It's just not good for anyone. More productive ways to use your energy. Hating never solved anything. It just causes more problems. So there is no room for hate on this channel. And I don't tolerate trolls. This is a safe channel for everyone. As long as you're not a jerk, feel welcome. I have better things to do with my time than feed trolls. So Italy, that is where my ancestors are from on my mother's side. My father's side is a whole other ball of wax. My father has German ancestors who came to America with a grant, a land grant in South Carolina from whichever George was king at the time. So it wasn't the greatest land in the world. but it was land. And so the brothers who came from Germany were twins. And they settled in South Carolina for a little while until the war broke out. Because they were, you know, the Revolutionary War, obviously. Since they were loyalists, they found their way to Nova Scotia. And that's where my dad's side of the family is primarily from, on his father's side. My grandmother is Finnish. So, lots of fun different types of blood. It's all red in my history. And my grandmother on my mother's side is French Canadian. I always really liked the story of Jacques Ferraris and him being a wood carver. They visited a church when they went to the area, my parents, and they saw a door that he supposedly carved. So that was cool from my mom. I'm gonna go visit there one day. Eventually, not while I'm working. You really can't travel overseas these days. Really easily when you work full time. It's not easy. But eventually, I'll get there. I'm gonna see that door for myself. See where I got all of my creative energy from. My sense of humor is definitely from my grandfather. I have another funny story. Well, not really funny, but my grandfather swears it's true. Apparently, his parents were set to come over to America on the Titanic. Obviously, that didn't happen because they would have been third-class passengers and they would be dead, more than likely. But it's interesting to hear about that. Got one other interesting person in my family tree on my dad's side. But I will talk more about her on Halloween. Because, strange as it may seem, I am related to Mary Eastie. Yes, that Mary Eastie. The one that was burned at the stake in Salem. So that'll be a fun thing to talk about some other time. So I hope everyone is doing well tonight, today, wherever you are, whatever time you're listening to this video, watching this video. Had a better week this week. No asthma attacks, so that is a good thing. I have some stuff that's gonna come around next week that I'm gonna do some unboxing for. I'm really excited to get that. I don't really have much more to say today. There might be occasions where I talk for a little bit and then I just shut my app and get on with it. Today is one of those days. You might be wondering what I'm on about here because I can't figure out what I'm going to put here. I'm searching for stuff, but oh, I know it. This was the other one I was using. And this is what I was looking for. I hate it when that happens. Wait, I knew something was wrong with this thing. It's not leaning. Oh well. Try to do something. Oh, this is definitely not leaning. That's what you get for stuff that is more than likely designed by AI, but unfortunately it's the nature of this stuff. A lot of it will be AI. And AI has its uses. I'm not really going to worry too much about that. Lots of people, other people are doing all that kind of worrying. I got better things to do. But I still think it's hilarious that that is not leaning. It's supposed to be pizza, but fail. Oh well. Whatever. I'm gonna put something else up here, but I don't know what. Thinking, well, maybe not. Maybe I'll just get some clouds. I don't know. supposed to be fun, and you shouldn't have to think too much about it. I mean, obviously this is not, no one had drew that. Anyway, enough about that. I'm not going to talk about AI at all. I'm just going to have fun. That's really what we're all here for, isn't it? So, in case you're wondering, how am I in the US? My grandparents, my parents are Canadian. Well, I was born in Houston. Houston, Texas. That actually worked. Huh, I like it. Nice. And I decided to be American. You may ask, do I regret that choice? I'll tell you, absolutely not. I live a good life in California. That's all I need. Make enough money that I can visit my family. What else do you need from life? I like using these hard card stickers when I do travel stuff, because I have a series of neat characters here. So, those are really good colors. I'll go together. Okay. Let's go for some. Do I know any Italian? Bellissima. That's about it. Oh, ciao, but everybody knows that. Have ever been to Italy? Not that I remember, but I probably stopped over in an airport or something. Who knows? We travel a lot. I do not remember. It's kind of cool. Do I want to visit Italy? Heck yes. I haven't done a lot of traveling in Europe. I visited Spain. Loved Spain. I visited Germany. Let's see, where else did I go in? I visited France. Oh, England, Scotland. Most of my traveling was elsewhere, but that leaves me with something to look forward to when I retire, I guess. It's sorry. This one is being stubborn. I may not have to use that. It's one of those didn't think it through moments when I initially put this on. Oh well. And there it is. This is one of my favorite little sayings, booklets. A lot of good ones in there. I always use these protectors because I have a tendency to poke myself. Alright, so that's that. And that's comes to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it and hearing my story. And I'll see you on the next one. Please take a moment and consider liking and subscribing. Doesn't cost anything to you, but would mean a lot to me. I really appreciate it. I'll bring this up so you can see it a little better. Have a great rest of your day.